in a time where it seems like the market is absolutely doing nothing and there's no news to deliver, no excitement, and everybody seems depressed. Guys, this Bitcoin indicator just flashed for the first time in nearly 5 years. You have to watch this video all the way to the end to understand why this indicator is telling you exactly the point where to be the most profitable in your entire career. So this indicator shows us exactly the right time to buy, when to sell, and the psychology of the market. Guys, this is a really important video. Even if you're a crypto veteran or been trading in the space for a while, it's a good refresher to understand this stuff because it reminds us in a time when nothing seems to be moving, when volatility is all-time lows, when it seems like max pain and max depression, and that meme where someone's just poking Bitcoin saying, Bitcoin, do something. We get a signal that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So what am I talking about, guys? I'm talking about this. Crypto spot market, August trading volume hits 4.5-year low volatility, fails to spur activity. Now, in a video a while ago, I talked about how there's volatility and this was exciting, and maybe this was going to do something. Maybe this was going to start the time when we saw more volume come into the market. We need volume, but most of the volume is gone. There's absolutely nothing happening. As you can see on this chart, that the spot activity is the lowest in August here that it has been in 4.5 years. Guys, we've been in the longest bear market in history. And if you're still here and watching this, it's because you're dedicated and you deserve to pat yourself on the back because you're here to make maximum profits and take maximum opportunity. Now, let's take a look at this chart, for example. This is the psychology of a market cycle. This is really, really important to know because if you know the psychology of a market cycle, you will know the proper zones in where you should be buying and where you should be selling. Now, let's walk through this for a second, and I'll give you an example of Bitcoin history on this screen right here. But let's go into a better, closer view here, and you can see just the different zones here. Now, anywhere around above this section here, for where this line is here on this chart, is where you want to try to be selling. So you've heard me say in videos before and different panels that I've been on, oftentimes when I talk about the fact that when things start to feel really good, especially when things start to feel really euphoric, this is the time that you need to take extreme caution and take the most profits possible. And when things feel super depressed and people are angry and they think that they've lost their life savings and that you think that you've lost everything, this is the time to be greedy. Remember, be greedy when others are fearful. Be fearful when others are greedy. So where are we on this timeline? And to answer that, let me go back into and show you a bit about previous cycles. And you can see here, this is the previous Bitcoin bull markets. Sorry, this is the one from 2 bull markets ago leading into another one. So you could see that this is the 2017 bull run, and this is when it got started in 2017. It was just absolutely insane. Ideally, even though the peak here was at $69,000, if you could have sold anywhere, around here, or even when things started to feel really good, imagine that you sold here like around $50,000 or something, or at least started your exits, right? And if you knew the market cycles and market psychology, then you would know that after you see this euphoria moment where everybody's in Lambos and parties are just insane, and 18-year-olds are driving Lambos even though they're living in their mom's basement, this is the time when you need to be extremely cautious. And if you would have been remembering market psychology, print this chart out, put it on your wall, and remind yourself when the bull market comes, how to play the market. This is something that we all need to do. And even in Master Ventures, in our company, we've had long, lengthy discussions internally about how to make sure that we don't get super drunk on the euphoria and all the good dopamine hits that one gets in a bull market, and how to have methodical approach to taking profits and making sure that you are selling in the right position. Because imagine if you were to exit, even if you started selling right here in between belief and thrill, and you start dollar cost averaging out of the market into euphoria, but you weren't out all the way. Okay, no big deal. You got to crash down. There was this recovery, complacency period. And by this time, you should probably realize it. But trust me, most time people think that this dip here is just a cooling off period. And they usually feel like it's something like around here, right? Where in this rally up, oh, there's a big pullback. Usually can be up to 40, 30, 40% pullbacks. And people think this is still just a normal, healthy pullback in a bull market. And while it could be, if you understood, you would start being extremely cautious the first time you see this big sell-off here and start dollar cost averaging a bit sooner. And even if you were to exit your positions somewhere in here, around anxiety, you would still be out of the market way higher than when it comes all the way down here into the market bottom. So where are we right now? Well, right now, we are here in this clearly, and this is why I made the video today, because I wanted to show you that we are clearly here in this depression period, right? And here is exactly where the bottom was. This was the FTX bottom about, 8, 9, 10 months ago, whatever it was. And then we saw some recovery, and now we've seen this very, very sideways moving chart the entire time. So let's look at, and this chart was made a while back, so it shows you kind of what the future cycles might look like. It's this gray area obviously is not real charts, it's just simulating what would happen. But we are here in this period of depression. These 4.5 year volume lows, there's just literally no volume in the entire market. Now, here's an important lesson here. You can see in this trough, the trough is this period of this low here, right? This low period here. This is where we are right now, 100% in the trough. And it says point of maximum financial opportunity. This is, and then if you see here, buying in these green or blue areas, even the yellow, is the point of maximum financial risk. Now, most people who don't understand the market are entering here when things get really good. They start to buy in when things start to get thrilling, right? And you can see that thrill is here in the green. That is toward the point of maximum financial risk. And right now we're at the point of maximum financial opportunity. So you need to be excited. If you've been here this long, you can see right where we are. We're here. We're right here, right at the beginning of this relief rally. And when this rally happens, I don't know if it's going to be in 1 month, if it's going to be in December, but it's definitely coming very soon. And the time, and when it does, we're gonna start to hit maybe $40,000, and everybody's gonna be screaming that this is a suckers rally, and it could be, but it's definitely not gonna go. Once we start to see this bullish run back past $40,000, in my perspective, you could see a healthy pullback, but you're not going to see massive retracements anywhere close to where you are today, $25,000, right? In my opinion, maybe we get a little bit lower, maybe to $23,000, $24,000, but that's not really in the long term. That's not really different than buying it at today is at $25,000 and a half, right? This is extremely low, and we see this point where everybody's out of the market. This is also called an accumulation phase. What have we seen in accumulation phase? We've seen companies like Robinhood acquiring $3 billion in Bitcoin over the past 3 months. What do they know that the retail and everybody else doesn't know that's just around the corner? Do you really think that Robinhood would be buying $3 billion in Bitcoin if they didn't know that we were right here, right in this depression period, right? And this is clearly we are. That's exactly what this means with this no volatility. Nobody wants to participate. Everybody thinks that the markets are done, except for smart money. We see Michael Saylor accumulating. We see everybody else accumulating. We see all these ETFs being filed. The writing is on the wall, in my opinion. And we are just here, guys, right before this recovery, before this hope cycle. And in hope, there's also disbelief. But that gets us into this. And if you are buying down here, it is always a bigger peak than the peak before. And so we can start to see really, I mean, you would be happy even with buying Bitcoin at 25 and going to all-time highs of $69,000, right? That would be over 100% gains in a short period of time. But we're going to be going back past $100,000, past $150,000. I'm not sure where the top will be. But again, I just want to make this video because you have to understand where we are in the market cycle, and that if you want to make the most profits possible, right now is the time to be placing your bets. And on this channel, guys, I'm going to be talking to you about I have a lot of good videos coming up with a lot of alpha that we're planning out. We're talking about the top 5 or top 7 crypto games that maybe aren't well known or that haven't launched yet. We're talking about the top 5 things that are going to bring this bull cycle will be different than the rest. Talking about things, really cool tech things that are going to give you a better perspective on how to do due diligence and what to look for in projects where you're doing your own research, right? What is it going to take for a project to actually reach 100 million users, a billion users, right? And it's not going to be the kind of dApps that we've been using today. It's not going to be the kind of DeFi that we've been using today. There's things that Chainlink is doing called CCIP, which is aggregating liquidity across all different EVMs and layer 1 blockchains. There's things called account abstraction, which remove the complexities, remove the need to have MetaMask, remove the need to have external wallets, building wallets in as smart contracts and accounts so you can do simple things in an application like username and password, have your wallet in the app, and it feels just like a Web2 application. These things are being built right now, guys. Commonwealth is doing it. Paid is doing it. We are looking at how to adopt the non-crypto natives. And when we're able to build blockchain technology and blockchain applications that allow the masses to come in without these really high barriers of entry, these very scary points like MetaMask and their seed phrase and complicated addresses to send to, that's not user-friendly technology. That feels just like AI before ChatGPT came into the market, right? We're waiting for ChatGPT moment, guys. And I believe in this next bull run, we're lining up, again, for you to take the most advantage of the maximum point of financial opportunity, because this bull run will be different than the rest. You have all the institutions. You've got $20 trillion plus of institutional portfolio that will put a percentage in the market. You've got banks all around the world. You've got government adoption. You've got even countries like BRICS who have teased the idea of backing their currency with gold, platinum, gems, and other digital assets. Think about Bitcoin. You've got many, many people accumulating tons of Bitcoin right now. And so look where the smart money is placing their bets. You also have some of the best altcoin projects, the best games, the best DeFi protocols that are all down right now, still 85 to 98% from their all-time highs. And I believe that they will do way more multiples than their all-time highs. So over the course of the next several weeks on this channel, I will be bringing you all kinds of different projects that I'm looking at. Maybe I haven't entered yet. Maybe I'm considering entering in. But we're going to be looking at how much inflation is left. Is a fully diluted valuation similar to the market cap, the circulating market cap? What is the difference there? How to do due diligence? There's more projects that are launching that are anonymous. They're not all scams. Some of them are doing it for regulatory reasons. They want to protect themselves from any type of regulatory scrutiny. So how to do due diligence on projects that are anonymous. And you want to know, is this going to be a rug pull or not? We'll teach you about that. Guys, on this channel, my promise to you is to bring you all the knowledge that I've accumulated over the past 11 years, all the investments that I've made in over 100 different crypto projects, including I've invested in Coinbase, Kraken, Ripple, Securitize, Abra, Circle, right? Circle, the guys who made USDC, and the guys are and Coinbase and Bitfinex and things like this. And so I've had a lot of winners and a lot of losers. And over time, you learn how to choose the best projects. And I will be bringing that to you guys as well. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please subscribe because I'm going to bring you the alpha. And if you haven't liked the video yet, make sure you do me a favor, like the video. And I will catch you guys on the next one. See ya.